Hi guys!
Hello!
Hello! Well, welcome to Baking with Broadway. Basically, the live baking show that we're using as an excuse to catch up and talk with our friends from Broadway.
And today we're going to be celebrating the premiere of Hamilton on Disney Plus and showing you guys how to make a Hamilton-inspired treat that's good enough to start a revolution.
I'm actually really excited about Hamilton.
It's going to be amazing.
We saw it in previews. Didn't know much about the show. You know, it didn't really have the hype that it does now. So it was kind of like super fun to see it that early on.
Yeah, we got in on it.
I think it was like the second night of previews. It was really cool.
It was amazing.
Alright, so joining us today will be Broadway's favorite newlyweds, Clay Thomson and Chris Rice.
So Clay has been seen on Broadway in Newsies, Matilda, and King Kong, and Chris has been in The Book of Mormon, Pretty Woman the Musical, and most recently the Philip Company of the Hamilton Tour, which was pretty incredible.
Fun fact, we actually met Clay and Chris, who are waiting to come in, so we'll let them in just 1 second. We met them last summer in New York while we were filming a show for Food Network, and we got to chat with them and discuss doing their wedding cake, which was super exciting.
Let's get them in.
Alright, gents, we're going to let the guys in and bake together. Just letting them in. This is going to be so much fun. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, you guys are going to love Clay and Chris.
Hi!
Hi!
Whoa!
Love it.
Put it on
You
a
guys
chef
are dressed for the occasion.
Amazing. We went a little more, professional chef. Oh, actually, you did too. You're good. You're good.
What?
Amazing.
Customized chef hats, of course. We would expect nothing less.
Nothing less.
That's awesome.
So guys, we're going to create these amazing Hamilton desserts for you today. Funnily enough, we kind of drew the inspiration to do an ice cream cone for this particular baking session because it was inspired by your engagement photo shoot where you guys were eating the soft serve.
Right?
So we thought that'd be a fun little tie-in right there.
Oh, I love that.
See, we thought of you. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah. I'm excited.
I think so.
Very
Be
excited.
patient with us. Our decorating skills are not at your level yet, but we're going to work to get there.
That's okay.
I
I started with no knowledge as well, so.
Yeah.
These are a little overflowed, but that's okay.
That's okay. The more cake, the better. I always say that.
Absolutely.
So you guys are good.
Yeah, better over than under. Where are you guys right now? You guys are on the East Coast.
Yeah, we're at my mom's house in
Aw.
Rochester, near Rochester.
Nice.
It's nice that you guys can kind of quarantine with family, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
It's been a game changer for sure.
It's
Yeah.
we started in Toronto because Chris was with the Hamilton tour in Toronto, so we were there for 2
2
months.
months after the shutdown happened.
And then we decided to come here, and it's been so nice to have this space and a backyard and
In a big kitchen, that's been nice too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So are you guys ready?
It froze a little bit.
You guys ready to go? You got your supplies all set?
Oh,
That's
sorry.
okay. We can hear you. Well, you good to go?
Yes, we're good to
Okay.
go.
All right.
Okay, so what we've done for the viewers at home, and if anybody has questions, please feel free to ask us. We're happy to answer questions as we go. If you have a question for the guys, or if you have a question for these guys, just let us know. But we did pre-bake a few items already, which Clay and Chris have done also in their kitchen. So our whole premise here is the take on the ice cream cone, but it's actually a cupcake. And we have pre-baked all of our cupcakes inside the ice cream cones. That way we're not just, kind of holding on for them to bake in the oven. We can get straight to the fun decorating part. Right? So I'm going to move these aside for now.
I have a question before we start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since we did this not wrong, but
No.
when you do it, where should you fill the batter to? Is there like a
For mine, I filled them literally halfway.
Oh,
And that kind of gave me that little, if you can see, almost like the cupcake dome, but the tops are still kind of a little open there. Yeah.
Good.
So halfway's good. And it depends really what cone you get too, because there's different sizes.
Sure. That's true.
So why don't we tell people who are coming into this completely fresh, what are you guys talking about? So we got a ice cream cone from the grocery store. It's a box of ice cream cones.
And you want to use the flat bottom ones.
Yeah, flat bottom ones so they stand on their own easily. You separately made a cake batter, a cupcake batter. You can use your own recipe. You can use something from box mix at the store. Whip that up. put it in a pastry bag, or did you spoon
Yep.
it in?
You just spoon it right into your cupcake, well, I guess this is your cupcake liner, but it's a cone.
Yeah. Edible cupcake liner.
Fill it halfway, and then I baked mine for 20 minutes at 350 degrees to get this little aesthetic. So, yeah, I think everyone's loving your hat.
I know.
That's my cousin. Hi, Jordan.
Oh, I love it. That might be like a new thing. People are going to be requesting those now.
I mean,
Custom
Yeah.
hats.
they're going to be
Alright,
selling them on the Hamilton website for sure.
All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do is, now that we've got these baked, and you imagine that, they're cooled and they're like ready to go, we've melted down some chocolate. Do you guys have your chocolate?
Yeah, we do.
Perfect. And the
Okay.
chocolate, you can use many different things. You can use like the candy melts that they have at the at Michael's,
or,
Joann's,
craft
things
store.
like that. Even at the grocery store, they have like a bark that you can use. Usually we use it around Christmas time for like chocolate dipped strawberries, stuff like that. So whatever chocolate version you get will be totally fine.
What did you guys get?
We got the little chocolate like wafers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh,
Kind of
perfect. Perfect. And that's going to be great when we move on to the third step. That's going to double up really well.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So guys, not only do we need our chocolate, but we also need
There you go. That's perfect. Yeah.
If we need more.
our Hamilton-inspired sugar or sprinkles.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So right, we requested that you guys find some gold sprinkles.
Perfect.
Oh,
That's
awesome!
great.
Yeah.
I love it.
We
Or
also
did,
have-
did you get those at the grocery store or
We
Michael's?
got these at Michael's.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They're like the Wilton.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
But we
perfect.
have some like bigger ones, which I actually poured half of this into the batter.
Oh,
Thinking
nice.
I'd use like a
Nice.
fun
That's
fetty
advanced.
We'll
gold,
see.
but it kind of they just like melted the color off of them. So this started as white cake, but
It's
Right.
totally fine.
Now it's gold.
Now it's vintage. So you're good. All right. So, and don't forget, guys, like we said, if you have any questions in the comments there, just let us know.
Feel free.
If we
yes.
miss anything or don't get to you, feel free to send us DMs. We're happy to answer any baking questions about this decorating and this recipe
Right.
as we go.
I'll try to keep track of the scrolling comments as we
Awesome.
go.
All right, you guys. So, taking the cooled ice cream cone with the cupcake baked inside, what we're going to do is flip it upside down, and we're going to dip it into the melting chocolate.
Woohoo.
Beautiful.
And then you're going to want to like leave it upside down in the chocolate just for a little bit, just to make sure
Right.
it kind of all
Let
comes
it all
off.
drip off.
And if you want to use the side of the bowl, you also can to kind of like just get off any excess.
Scrape it off a little.
Perfect. And then once it isn't, so runny, go ahead and you just dunk that right into your gold sprinkles of choice. Ours, of course, is bakery bling. We use nothing else.
are you doing just the rim or the whole thing?
Well, we're going to have the look of the rim on the outside, but it actually will cover the entire thing just because
Oh, just
there's
dunk
nothing else. So you
Yeah.
can dunk it right in there.
There's no wrong way to dunk it.
it. Well,
You say
don't even worry.
For this, ours are going to look very different than yours. I'm not sure.
All right, so I'm going to do a few of those too, like you guys are doing.
sweet.
And another fun thing about like this whole quarantine thing is everyone's become bakers, which I love.
Right.
That's perfect. Perfect.
Oh, that was awesome.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mine isn't
Thank you.
that pretty, but that's okay.
Let's see yours. I like the not so pretty ones.
Yeah, they taste as great. They
Yeah.
taste as-
Actually.
Exactly. It's all about the taste in the end.
We usually eat those ones first.
Yeah.
So.
I always ask them, okay, which one am I allowed to eat? It's usually the other one.
Right. Eat the ugly one first.
Yeah.
It's actually like really therapeutic. I like dipping in the chocolate.
Have you guys been doing a lot of baking at all since you've been in quarantine, or you're leaving
Yeah,
that to mom?
we've made like cutout cookies 3 different times.
Yeah, we made pride cookies. We made our cousins having a baby, so we did like a practice round for the upcoming baby shower in the fall.
Nice.
And then we also made some chocolate chip cookies based on the ones that are made at Levain Bakery in New York. So that,
Oh,
wow.
that was fun because they were a lot different than any other chocolate chip cookies we made.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that place is very popular.
Yes, they were really good. And it's nice
Some
because
of
the
the-
kitchen here is a lot bigger than our kitchen in New York. It's in New York
Sure.
City, so
Right.
Sure.
More room to experiment. We have somebody watching from Aruba. That's pretty cool.
ooh, a lot of those
Oh,
watching
very
in
cool.
Aruba.
Yeah, I love
Hi,
it.
hi everybody. And if you're our new joinees, hello. Hello. All right. So I've done about 5. I think
Yeah, we've
that'll
got
probably-
5 ready.
Hopefully that'll be enough.
You guys got a few ready to go?
Yeah, we have a couple ready to go. We're ready to rock.
I don't think Levain was teaching. Chris, was Levain Bakery? Did they teach you how to do those cookies, or you just found the recipe?
It was just like a recipe similar to theirs online. So
Got it.
missing those cookies in New York right now, or weren't able to travel to New York at the time. So I think it was just, I can't remember if they published it or if it was just like a similar recipe, but it was yummy.
Cool. And they want to know what scene in Hamilton are you guys excited to see?
Ooh, I'm the most, oh gosh, there's so many. I'm the most excited to see Helpless and to Satisfied, which is the scene that happens twice from 2 different points of view.
Yep.
It's
Right.
my favorite, the whole show. It's my favorite to perform and my favorite to watch when I get to watch the show. So that's the one I'm most excited about. How about you, Clay?
I mean, I love that song. I also love all of Mariah's stuff. Mariah?
Yeah, Peggy Mariah. So
Peggy Mariah,
So
so-
Mariah in Act 2.
When she comes in Act 2, I'm like obsessed with that like smoky voice.
Right.
And Jasmine, puberty. Who was in the original Broadway cast. I'm obsessed with her voice, so I'm excited to listen to that.
It's kind of fun that that's the same person, 2 tracks and 2
Yeah.
completely different
Yeah.
roles. Like I think that's so great.
Yeah.
For
That
sure.
happens with a few other roles in Hamilton as well, right?
Yeah, there's 3 men who play 1 role in Act 1 and 1 role in Act 2, and that's every actor who gets to play those roles has to be so talented and so versatile to play 2 so different characters. But it's kind of cool that they get to bring both characters to life in one night. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
And what part for Hamilton, Chris? Are you in the ensemble?
So I'm a swing for the ensemble, so I cover man 1 through man 6. So a swing is someone who understudies multiple roles and is able to go on for any of them at any given time. So sometimes it's scheduled when people have vacations or personal days like any other job, and sometimes it's when people are either on for a lead role and I have to step in to play their part, or whenever people get sick, things like that. But it's a really
feel
big
like-
show, so it usually have to have a lot of swings that are ready to jump in because it's just there's so many factors within a big show like Hamilton. It's an honor to get to jump around and play all the parts.
Absolutely. You guys are getting a lot of love on your chef hats. There's a lot of comments. People asking for that.
Thanks, Mom.
Listen,
All right. You might be auctioning these off on eBay after the show
Yes.
for Broadway Cares or something.
I love it.
Done.
No.
all right, you guys. So, actually, somebody did just say, Chris, the hashtag appreciate swings. I've never been a swing, but to me, it looks like probably the hardest
job on Broadway is a swing, for sure.
It's definitely a lot of work, but it is really rewarding when you get to, after the show, after you depart a show, to look back on it and say, I got to play all the different parts within that. It makes you realize how intimately you know the piece, and that's really satisfying as an artist. Same thing with you when you really do shows.
Yeah. Cool.
Very cool.
All right, you guys. So let's move on to the next step, just so everyone that's looking at home can kind of see what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and just move these aside for now, as we are going to come back to those.
All right.
And the next fun part, actually, I don't know if it's that fun. We're going to be making
The hardest part.
we're going to be making the Hamilton logo out of the chocolate that we just used to dip the cupcake in. All right.
So this, we're going up to like expert level decorating skills here.
Bring it on, baby.
And don't be afraid of this.
This is going to be the fun part.
Lots of practice, but the good thing with baking, with practice, you get to eat your mistakes. So sometimes that's okay.
Hello to everyone from Greece.
Oh,
That's cool. All
I
right,
got
so
Aruba and Greece. This is crazy.
yes, we're international, guys.
Right?
So what we've done is we went ahead and printed out the Hamilton logo, and we just did this in like little 1-inch sizes across the paper. And then I have it already on a baking tray so that once we've done the chocolate, we can go ahead and pop that in the freezer, okay? So,
Oh yeah, you do that right away.
put it in the freezer?
Yeah, is it like, does it make the texture different, or does it like?
No. The only thing, one of the tricks that I love about putting the chocolate in the freezer to have it cool down is the freezer kind of gives it a little shine, which if you let it dry out, it does not. But it doesn't change the texture or the flavor or anything like that, okay?
Amazing.
Now, because some people are asking how we stop the chocolate from sticking to the paper, we have these little tiny parchment papers that we have pre-cut into little squares. There's two options here, guys. You can either put the parchment paper over the entire thing, or like us, we cut it into little squares like this because we were thinking that way if any of them break as we lift them, it'll stop the rest of them breaking, if that makes sense from lifting them. So I've cut it into little squares so we can lift them off individually. And the parchment paper, you can buy this at the grocery store. It comes in like a roll, and then you can just cut it up to size, however you want. All right, so let's put our chocolate into our bag from Sullivan. The bags are a bit noisy, sorry.
Clay's
Do it.
part
Oh,
of that.
Look at you, little kitchen tip, kitchen hack.
This isn't your first baking show, is it?
Well, we were curious about the temperature of the chocolate because we, full disclosure, we practiced the Hamilton logo earlier today because we didn't want to be terrible. And a couple of them, like Clay's mom put one in the fridge and I was like, I think that's how you do it because there's more of a shine on that one. So,
See,
so
she
the
knows.
fridge is the way to go. Now we know.
I love it. All right, so I'm going to bottoms up over here and put this straight into the bag.
Right.
All right. And you
We are
guys,
pro.
and then don't forget, like we mentioned, if you are looking for those particular chocolates that we're using today, craft store, sometimes at the grocery store, like the little melts that you guys had.
Could you use chocolate chips as well, or?
You can use chocolate chips. They just, honestly, they're a little bit harder to melt down. They don't have much of a, like once they've melted down, it's very thick and it might be a little harder to type.
Gotcha. So the chips are kind of designed to melt.
Exactly, and they're kind of designed for this exact thing, like basically cake decorating. So good job, you guys. Good job.
For those wondering why I'm asking questions as well, Stephen and I do very different things in the kitchen. He does most of like the baking and prep work type of stuff, and I do more of the finished decorating type of that. So a lot of this is new to me too. So don't think
I love
I'm
that. I
ready.
didn't
I love that.
All right, hi Lisa, thanks for joining in. You always do, we love that. Let's see, Bertini, that's a cool name. Hi. She says I think probably loves you guys. I would think.
Aw.
Right. She'll love all of us
Love
afterwards.
you.
All right, you guys. So now that we have it in the bag, we need to just cut the end of it off so small because we're going to be trying to pipe these details onto the parchment.
Right.
So if you can see, I'm literally cutting off the tiniest bit on the end.
And do you do it in a straight line or diagonal?
Straight line. If you go on the diagonal, what's going to happen is as you try to go to each one, it's just going to keep flowing out. With it being straight across, it kind of gives it like a little stop, okay? All right, cool.
Maybe that's too small.
All right,
No,
now,
I would say, start as small, because you can always go bigger if you need to. So start smaller.
okay, so now is the time, and I'm going to lift this in increments so everyone can see it. The table, if it was a little higher, you'll be able to see, but it unfortunately is not.
Right,
So-
so we'll kind of show as we go.
So using the chocolate, you're just going to trace over that Hamilton logo. And the reason that we printed out so many is because out of all of those, you're probably going to get like 2 or 3 good ones. I'm just being honest. Okay, at least on our end. So
Fair.
Did one of you have an easier time doing it than the other?
I feel like we're both
No.
probably equal.
Yeah, when
We
we
have a good one, then a bad one, good one, bad one. Yeah.
sure,
Okay.
sure.
Those are-
All right, so we have requests for Jared to hold the pan while I do this. I don't know
Alright.
if we're being punked or no. People just want to see it. They just want to see it.
I know. I just
better.
I was like, go get the camera.
Oh, there you go.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
Teamwork.
All right, so now we're just going to pipe on that logo using the chocolate.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
I'm showing it.
And luckily, the most part of this logo is a star, which is relatively easy.
Right. The star part's the easy. It's the Hamilton figure on top is the hard part. And you can kind of even like drag the tip of the piping bag through the chocolate to help you draw.
Oh, sure, sure.
So I don't know if you can see, but
This is our
the one that just slid
the one
down.
that sit down, but it's still keeping its shape and it's still there. I still don't want to tip it too far because it could start spinning. But we
Yeah.
have one.
And they do dry relatively
Thank you.
quickly.
All right. So once you've done a bunch of those, however many you want to do, like I said, if you think you're only going to get a few good ones out of there, it's going to be okay because this chocolate also melts back down. So
Right, yeah, so there's no waste. So
There's
if
no
you
waste.
mess up a whole tray of them, you can just melt it right back down and start over.
all right. So I'm going to do a few while you guys are working on yours.
Cheers.
Mine that I just did kind of looks like a Dear Evan Hansen cast is on his arm, but you know,
That's okay. Yeah.
sharing the Broadway love.
Matilda on top of your star. You could do Jack Kelly. Any figure works.
Anything. Oh,
Now we do have a question. People are asked, or somebody asked, why so small? The reason for that is because it's obviously the topper of our cupcake cone. I don't know if you can. There we go. So you don't want it to be too big because it's going to stand on the top, and you don't want it to like fall forward, fall backwards. The 1-inch size is kind of perfect for this.
Yeah, it makes it a nice little topper. You could do it bigger, like if you wanted to make it a little bit bigger. You always can. You can make it smaller if you want it more intricate.
Sure.
We just got an invitation to come to Greece.
Oh.
And I am going to say yes.
Okay. We might have to wait a little bit.
Right.
Maybe next
It'll be our
year.
first time traveling together. It'll be great.
Exactly.
All right. So let's see. If we are creatively challenged, well, you know, the fun thing about baking is it's more about making the mess in the kitchen. I feel. So yeah. If you can't quite do all of the little details, that's okay. As long as it's delicious. That's what I say.
That's right.
All right, you guys. So I love that you did them individually, and you're putting them in the freezer as you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the freezer
Very
right
nice. All right.
See, yeah.
So now we are going to put these in the freezer, you guys. I'm going to leave it about a minute or so just to make sure they firm up, and that means we have time for a fun segment called Cooling Questions.
Right. This part of the show is our favorite part of the show, where if we are waiting for something that we bake in the oven to cool, or we're putting something in the freezer that's cooling, we're going to do a little quick fire cooling questions with you guys. So we're really just looking for quick answers, no real explanations. There's nothing too in-depth.
Yeah. Say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Yeah. And you guys can answer together, answer individually. So here we go. Favorite
You
music
have
of all
a
time.
Oh, we're ready.
All
We're
right.
ready. We're ready. So, and probably a lot of people will want to know this. So,
Favorite musical of all time.
A chorus line.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Hairspray.
I'm helping him.
Hairspray's a good
That's
choice.
in his top 5.
It
So
is in
good
my
one.
top 5.
Pre-show ritual.
Warm up. I like to go to the gym before, like in the morning. If it's a matinee, I like to go to the gym in the morning and then do the show, just to make sure my body is completely warm before trying to kick my face and dance.
Absolutely.
Smart, very smart.
Use the foam roller to get out all the kinks of your muscles and get your blood flowing.
Yeah.
I've seen you do that on your Instagram.
Very true.
I didn't know what it was at first. I was concerned at first, but now we know.
Don't be alarmed.
Favorite leading lady.
Ooh,
I
God.
feel like that was a mean one.
Julie Andrews.
I was going to say Sutton
Oh.
Foster.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
I'm going with
Very
the
good.
Sutton Foster on that one.
Yeah.
Dream role.
I prefer to be in the ensemble, so put me in the ensemble of any show, but Hairspray is like one show that I haven't done that I really, really want to do.
Sure.
I want to play the King at some point. And
Yes.
then,
The King's
Bert
like
and
my
Mary
favorite role.
Poppins is another one I want to play.
Oh, good one. You're a tapper too, so that'd be a good role for you.
Yeah, I'd love to
What?
do that.
When I saw that show and he like did the tap around the proscenium, insane.
I
So
lost
good.
my mind. It was so cool.
So close.
Yeah.
And we have a viewer that wants to know your opinion about Carol Baskin.
Yes
Yay
or no?
nay?
I think she killed her husband, whacked him.
I didn't see it. I started watching like the first 5 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, "This is so trash." So I stopped watching it. That was like his show to watch while I like drew.
Right.
That's fair.
You're better than the rest of us. 'Cause we all watched it.
It looks like you guys were getting votes for yes, we want to see Clay in Hairspray, and yes for
King
for
George.
King George.
Oh,
for
I
you,
love
right?
it. Let's
Yeah.
do it all.
I mean, I feel like King George is like how to steal the show in like 7
For real.
minutes.
I mean,
It's brilliant.
seriously, about 7 minutes. It's quite amazing.
It's so good. It's like a dream track, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
King George
I mean,
and
you guys-
Ogie from Waitress. Those are 2 amazing roles.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Especially if you want some downtime. I feel like
Right,
that's
yeah.
nice.
We're all about downtown.
How about you guys? With who's your favorite Broadway diva?
Oh, mine is Linda Eder, by far.
I feel like I can't answer because I love so many of them. And
you know, when we go to shows, he will usually only let the leading lady sign his playbill. He won't let anybody else except the leading lady.
it's called the Leading Lady series. I have a whole bunch of them.
Aw, that's so
Yes.
sweet.
But if I had to pick, I would say
take your time.
I would say it is Laura Bell Bundy, Laura Michelle Kelly, and
Anyone with
Keith
3
Movie.
names.
Yeah, I can't do it. There's
Laura
too many.
has to be the first
Yes.
one.
There's
Yeah.
too many. So, one final question for you guys.
Yeah.
Are you planning on going to Disney or Broadway first?
How do you choose? I guess it depends on. Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean,
I have a trip booked in February to go to Disney and run the half marathon again. So hopefully that, but hopefully Broadway's back before
yeah,
February.
let's hope it's
I hope so.
Broadway. Let's hope.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys could just go see a Disney show on Broadway.
There you go. Check both off.
Yeah.
Right. Also, it looks like people are saying that, Laura Osner said there's too many. You can't
there
not name
is.
them all.
Another Laura.
You can't.
Chris
Laura.
is getting requests to play Buck and Bonnie and Clyde as well.
Oh,
Which is one of my
I
all-time
love
favorite shows. So.
Yeah, there we go.
that. Yes, I'm in. Sign me up.
Right?
All right, so should we get
Cool.
back to some
Let's
decorating?
do it.
Yeah.
All
All right, let's get back to work. Come
Okay.
on.
So the next step, let's see. The next step is going to be the icing that we're going to put on top of our cupcakes. So before we bring the cupcakes back into the picture, Audrey
So-
McDonald, there's too many. This is going to go. Oh, this is going to haunt us forever.
So you guys are doing the
Out of a can.
can of frosting. Very simple.
Yeah.
Always a
Very
great
classy.
option.
very classy. very,
It's beginners.
and you know what? It really
That-
does help.
That is like the Tiger King version of frosting.
It's the Carol Baskin. But it's good too because, if you guys don't have recipes or if you're not quite sure, you don't have all the ingredients, usually you have a cake mix or a can of frosting in your pantry. It might have expired, but you got it and you can use it and it's fine. So
There you go. We've made our own.
we have made our own, yes, our vanilla buttercream. And then we also have a little thing of yellow food color.
Right. We're gonna make it a little gold hue
Yeah.
to kind of match the Hamilton.
Question: If you are using a can, should I mix it into a can or should I do it in a bowl? Does it?
You might want to do it in the bowl just so you've got a little more scraping room. So you can go ahead and just drop that in. Spatula, please.
Spatula.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Cool. And you guys got your little yellow.
We have
yellow
like
food color.
a couple different options. I don't know. I guess I was gonna ask you what you guys prefer or what. If you know what like tastes better or something.
But taste the color.
Color-wise, the yellow is whatever yellow you have will do the same job. So, but we don't want to put too much in because we're going for like a kind of a gold versus a yellow.
Yeah.
So,
if you're a pro, you might do like a little bit of yellow, a little tiny bit of brown or ivory to give it like a more golden hue. But just yellow is good.
for sure.
And we can
And
mix
thank
it
you,
in-
Amy, for the question. As you guys can see, you're using a knife to mix it. You can totally do that.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
You
fine.
can use a spoon. You
Spoon,
can.
spatula, whatever you guys have in your drawers at home.
Hey,
So,
Jonathan.
yeah. All right, so let's do a little 2 drops of frosting. Did you guys have a question? Sorry.
Dude, no, you said a little bit, and Chris was like, dun 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 dun.
Okay, I was trying.
That's okay. We
Too much.
Ours might be a bright orange.
we're going for something. We're going for something new. So,
Right.
All right. So we are mixing and mixing. People are saying you guys should have a spatula.
Right. There's a little concern about you guys not having a spatula.
We
But
have
that's
a
okay.
spatula.
Oh, we
where
do.
The spatula
You're saving that for
a
later.
dye thing, so
That's
pretty
that's
cool.
smart. Yeah.
It is like
It's working.
highlighter.
Right.
Amazing.
So these are going to be like a minion Hamilton.
Yeah. That's totally nice.
banana.
All right, you guys.
Should we add like a little bit of brown or something?
I think maybe you guys should put the colors away. Yeah.
Away from the colors.
Fair.
Yeah, if you had more frosting, you could always just take like a spoonful of that yellow and add it to more white frosting.
I emptied it. I said all the frosting.
That's all right. Like it's gonna be a little brighter, a little, a
Yeah,
little more Broadway.
exactly. The lights are bright.
Amen.
All right. So once it's fully mixed together, we have. Do you guys have your pastry bags?
Right. And if you don't have a pastry bag, you can always use a Ziploc.
Yep. Super easy kitchen hack. All right.
Let's
So-
see if Is Clay gonna bring out his glass again to fill up the
Because you can do that. It works.
Now, do we need the tip in there for this? Or
You do. We're going to use a star tip, which, if you guys can see, we're going for like a large one. Really, again, it can be whatever you have available. But this was a look that was kind of giving us that soft serve vibe. So,
Did you guys get a tip from the grocery store or Michael's?
We have this one.
that's going to work
That's
perfect.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. That will definitely work.
And you can use the coupler or not.
You don't need to use the coupler.
Okay.
You would use that like if you were going to be changing out different tips with the same frosting bag. So yeah,
Well, now
that is a very pro tool.
Yeah. Put that
So,
in the cupboards. Okay.
Put this in the bottom of the bag?
Yep. All the way to the end of the bag. Like
Drop it
so.
Sure.
And then you've just
Shimmy
got
it
to
down.
cut. You're going to cut a hole on the end, but just literally big enough for the bottom of the tip to come out. Because if you go too big, the whole tip's going to come out when you start piping. Okay.
So how do you make it so that the icing doesn't get on the outside of this, or does it just like happen?
Because it's going to be inside the bag.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we cut the hole in the middle, slice it.
This one.
Continue.
Okay. All right. Once you.
Cut the hole first.
Yeah. Well, you've got the tip in
You
there.
got
right?
the tip in, but the tip's not pushed all the way to the end.
So cut the end off, and then you can just like pop the edge out like that.
There you go. And it's always best if you're kind of unsure, cut it smaller and see if the tip kind of like
That's
pops
what I
out.
did. That's what I
Swing
did.
the scissors around.
More?
Alright. Don't forget to keep those questions coming, guys. We're happy to answer any questions you have.
Right.
All right. So then.
So did you kind of? So that's kind of what it looks like. So the bag starts like right below the teeth.
Yep.
Yeah. We're a work in progress on our end, but thank you all for hanging out with us while we.
Oh, this is great.
It's good. Perfect.
You did it.
Okay, now get some of this in there.
Now our highlighter yellow frosting.
Exactly. Perfect. And yet you guys can see what the guys are doing. They're basically pulling their frosting bag over a glass and then filling it that way. I do the same thing, only I pull it over my hand. That's just what I've always done. So. But basically doing the same thing you guys are doing. All right, and then using our spatula or butter knife.
Right. You can
Or
use
spoon.
a spoon, whatever you have.
Upgrade.
You can use Chris's hand.
Whatever's
All right.
available.
I was
All
going
right,
to use my tongue, and I figured maybe not.
Okay, somebody's asking about the beginning. How do we? Oh, the stencil for the Hamilton logo. We literally just printed it out from the computer onto
Sheet of
the sheet
paper.
of paper, and then we use parchment paper to put over each of the things before we put the chocolate on. So super simple, and yeah, you'll be able to do that at home. It's really easy.
And not that we're in any place to give tips, but if you can't quite figure out how to print out multiple Hamilton logos, you can print out one or two, and then just move your parchment paper over it too.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
actually, that's a good. It saves you some ink too. So there we go.
That is
That's
true.
good.
And people are being encouraging about your highlighter yellow color. They're saying it's
Thank you.
Peggy yellow.
Yes. It
So the
is
dress.
Peggy. That's what we were
Dress.
all along.
I just love
Alright.
Peggy so much. We were just like, honor Peggy.
I know. And I
Lots
feel
of love.
like if you need iconic things from Hamilton, like everyone knows the room where it happened and Peggy.
Right.
So we're good. Okay. Yeah.
That's good for
Yes.
now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So
You
then
guys
it's
got your
time
bags
to bring
filled.
back our fabulous
Beautiful.
cupcakes.
All right. So let's bring back our cupcake
Those are
cones.
Okay.
And you know, this part is actually going to be where you need both of you because this the frosting can kind of knock the cupcakes over because they're a little top heavy. So one of you can hold while one of you pipes, and that's going to just give it a nice
Little stability.
Little stability.
Wait.
All right.
So do you want to watch us
Yes.
or him frost one first?
100% want to watch you.
I have a little thing that can spin it.
Oh,
Wow,
There you
nice.
go. I love it.
You guys
No
are
offense.
Totally like amateurs, but we have like one cool tool. We've got to bring it out.
Exactly.
Oh.
And somebody's asking where our shop is. We're in Las Vegas, so entertainment capital of the world, also shut down like New York. Okay. So
So we're open though. So come visit us.
come visit us.
Yeah.
All
All right.
right. So all hold.
You guys ready?
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
This is the moment.
All right.
That's a Broadway reference.
This is the moment.
Okay.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Okay. All right, so you're going to want to keep your frosting bag straight up and down because we're going to swirl it onto the cupcake, but we want the height to give it that, again, the soft serve look, okay?
Yes.
All right,
Okay,
so here we go. Number one.
And Steven's kind of starting in the middle of the cone and then working his way around and up.
I would
Yeah.
have started on the outside, so I'm glad I watched you. Start in the middle, everybody. It's about
Yes, you start in the middle and let it take it kind of around, okay?
You want to watch another one?
Oh god.
Bum, bum, bum. That's looking good. Start working your way up. And centered.
It looks like Dole Whip.
Yes, it does
Exactly,
look like
yeah.
Dole Whip, 100%.
Good jump off.
There you go.
Very sure. Oh, that's pretty good.
It's really good.
That's not
You
bad.
guys, it's awesome.
Yours had more height to it, so we got to go a little higher, right?
Yeah,
You can go a
that's
little
not bad.
higher, yeah. I think my tip might also be a little bit bigger than yours, which is giving it like more like volume, but it looks great.
Yeah.
All right.
It looks really good.
Meet over next time.
Okay, all right.
All right. So we're going to do one more.
Your turn. All right.
All right.
Switching,
We're switching it up.
We're switching.
All right. Let's race.
Don't do that to me.
Done.
And done.
Amazing.
Hey, good height.
That's the
That
height of
looks
that
great.
one.
You did good.
Now, one quick tip for you guys.
Yeah.
The buttercream, especially if you're using real butter, it's going to dry pretty quickly on the outside. So what you want to do is maybe like every second one, go ahead with your gold sprinkles and put that over the icing, just so it
So
will
it sticks.
Okay?
Wait.
Where do sprinkles go? Oh, over here.
Right. So frost a couple of them and then sprinkle, just so you make sure the sprinkles stick to the frosting.
Oh, people are saying that they love your wedding cakes.
Oh, so it's really
Oh,
cool.
that's-
Bakers made them from Las Vegas.
That
They were.
was our first time to Palm Springs. Can you believe that?
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys were so sweet to bring those cakes there. And
Oh,
I
it was
said
our
around and
pleasure.
said it was the best wedding cake they ever had. Wedding cakes they ever
Yeah.
had. And that was pretty
Oh,
cool.
thanks.
And then
For anybody who doesn't know, we had two different wedding cakes. There was one that was funfetti on the inside, and that was like a classic white cake on the outside, or white frosting on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had like a deep dish cookie cake. It was
That was fun.
So yeah,
That was really
oh
fun.
good.
It's a little
that one
messy.
was pretty amazing.
People are saying they didn't at the wedding. They said it's yummy.
I love that.
Alright.
And people are asking how you baked the cones in the oven and they didn't topple over.
Good question. Okay, so my tip for that, you guys, was I literally baked them as I knocked them all over.
Right.
I literally baked them
in a
in
cupcake
a
pan.
cupcake pan. Now, it doesn't hold them in there securely, but it did, give them that kind of. Wait, I feel like you guys didn't do that.
That's what I suggested, and Clay was
Okay.
like, no.
See, but because I thought that like the bottom of the cupcake tin wasn't going to be
What-
exactly flat, so I thought it was,
Oh, fair,
it was
that's fair.
round and it would be easier to tip over than a flat.
So what'd you guys do?
We just balanced them, yeah.
Smart.
On the oven racks?
You did it.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
like on a just a flat
sorry.
tray.
On a cookie
On,
sheet.
okay.
Yeah, which that works too, and it really at the end of the day, what stops them from tipping over is just being super careful, because even
Right.
in the cupcake pans, it still could fall if you
Yeah.
if you trip or anything like that.
Oh,
All right, so
so good.
we're your guys look so good. Oh my god, okay,
That one
So
looks
little-
great.
it's amazing.
It
Yeah.
not sound a little bit.
That looks great. How many you guys got there? 4?
What'd you say?
You got 4 done?
We did.
Yeah.
We did 4.
Yeah, perfect. Same as
Because
us.
you did 4.
We did. Okay, so the final step to our little Hamilton-inspired ice cream cone cupcake is to put the toppers on that you guys made and have placed in the freezer. So here we go. Time to pick the best ones.
Right.
All
Let's see what you guys got.
And then you guys,
Oh, yes, I did.
so we have them obviously on our individual parchment papers. And I was saying when we did this that we put them on small parchment papers rather than one sheet. That way you can kind of, do one at a time and you don't, break too much. Guys, those look awesome.
That was really
It
good.
looks so good.
That's
Amazing.
perfect. You guys
Amazing.
look perfect.
Okay,
Thank
so what's great about parchment paper is the chocolate literally just lifts right off of it. So I'm going to take it from the bottom of the star rather than the Hamilton
Right.
figure because I don't want that to break.
That's a little fragile.
Is there a
And then-
trick to doing it with where it doesn't crack since the legs are thin?
Yeah, just pick it up from the bottom, the heaviest part of the star.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the bottom legs.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And how
And then
quickly
we're
will
going
this
to
melt?
that on top.
Right.
See? Okay.
If you want, I can look it up.
Oh,
So that's
I'm back.
ours.
Wow.
Let's see.
Oh, I should do another
That
one.
looks awesome. You guys did so good. That looks
Oh,
really good.
that's so cool.
You guys, people are saying yours came out so perfect.
See?
Oh,
They're not so perfect.
I think they're talking about yours, but
Yeah, probably. You guys looks really good.
And
you
then-
guys may be opening a Showboy on the East Coast.
Hey, you know,
I mean,
Yeah, why not?
Thanks a little bit. So.
Why not? And then,
So
so
cool.
you know, that's really the end of the design and the preparation work for it. The only thing left to do is eat them.
Right?
Yum.
Right? That's the best part.
So nice. I feel like we should take a picture or something.
Oh yeah, always take a picture, because if it didn't happen on Instagram,
Right.
did it happen
You
at
gotta
all?
post everything.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to show you guys some of my. You guys haven't been to our shop, but our shop is completely Broadway themed, and like all over the store we have like memorabilia and stuff from different shows, and we have a lot of Matilda stuff that we've got throughout the years. So we have some really cool stuff from Hamilton, from the Public Theater when it was at the Public, that we just wanted to share with everybody.
Please.
Yeah, please do. If
We
you didn't-
have
yeah,
Jonathan
Broadway
Groff's
theme.
boots.
So cool.
Some little Mr. Groff boots.
I see, just put some on the
Right.
table where we eat.
These I treasure. We have Philippa Sue's dress. Look how tiny she is.
It
Here.
fits-
Straight from the Public Theater. Stephen has tried this on several times.
Yeah.
And then my all-time favorite is Daveed Diggs' shirt.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
Oh.
So if you come visit us, you can come see all of our cool memorabilia, everything that we love. If you want to send us anything that you've stolen from the tour, you're welcome to.
It's funny actually, because it was a question I wondered too originally. Amy's asking how are those Jonathan's boots, and it's because they were the bows, because he doesn't come out as a kid.
Yeah,
does
when
he?
he was in
Oh, that track comes out
when it was at the Public Theater, yeah, he came out in the ensemble clothes.
I think he still
At the
does,
end.
doesn't he, or no?
Yeah, he does, at least on the tour, yeah.
Yeah. So they're from that. That's fine.
Wow.
So cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's my little show and tell.
Costume piece is very,
So
very
did
cool.
you guys have fun?
That was so fun.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that with us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So thank you guys for joining us.
Cake batter halfway through the cupcake, you bake it. Then we did
Yep.
chocolate. We dipped it in chocolate, sprinkles, not so yellow icing, some gold sprinkles again, and our little Hamilton logo chocolate that we made.
It's so good. So
That's
good.
amazing.
Magic.
You guys did
It's
really
like
great.
cheers.
Thank you. Yeah, cheers. Right?
Cheers.
We're gonna eat. We have a few more to decorate, but we're gonna.
Right, finish off what you got there, of course. No waste.
Absolutely.
And if anybody has questions, like feel free to direct message us with any questions about today's recipes or designs, or you can come by the shop and say hi to us. We're here every day.
Sure. And if you guys have any questions, like we said about the recipe, or even for Clay and Chris, please feel free to DM us or DM them, and we're happy to answer you. If you need help getting ingredients, or you want us to kind of give you a list of what you need, just let us know.
Yeah. And you guys be on the lookout for future episodes of Baking with Broadway, where we're going to have new guests and new Broadway-inspired treats.
But until then, you guys, remember to bake with the Showboys, where you can have your Broadway and eat it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining
Cheers,
us.
guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See you later.
I love it.
Cheers.